don't know where I'm going with this. Why are you watching me? Go away! Hi, I'm Rebecca Neely, and I'm the single barrel coordinator here at Neely Family Distillery. Today I'm going to walk you through the process of how we pick out our barrels for the single barrel program, and also how we name all of our barrels for single barrel. So to start off, we're going to get a sample out of one of our rye barrels. First things first is we've got to let this thing breathe so we can actually get some out of this barrel. All right. Close this off with a little spire. Got some nice color on this rye whiskey. So first things first is we need to get this thing to air out a little bit. It's been sitting in this barrel for about 3 years, and so we need it to get some air so you can get some of that ethanol off of the top of the nose so it doesn't burn me right when I'm sniffing it. Generally, we'd like to let this sit out for about 10 minutes so you can really get that ethanol off. But for today's purposes, we'll dive right on in. So this one's got some real nice color to it, as you can see here. Really smooth. You got some nice smooth vanilla notes on that. It's got you can taste that rye, but it's sweet. So nosing this, we're gonna get our names off of this palate of this and off of what we're smelling on the nose. So a big misconception that happens from when we name our single barrels is that there've been additives put into the bourbon itself. Where really with the single barrels, so one thing that we always want with single barrels is when we pick them is a uniqueness about them. It's not gonna taste like every other single barrel that we've pulled out, and really none of them will ever taste the same. And the biggest reason for that is the fermentation, the distillation, and the maturation, and just keeping them in the single barrels and not doing an actual batch. And so each one's gonna be unique. So when we actually name all of our single barrels, we sit down with a committee from the ABV network, and we have about 6 to 10 people on that committee. Each person has about between 6 or 8 different samples pulled from each one of our single barrels. And everyone sits down and we start just naming off everything we're getting off the nose and on your palate. And everyone's writing it down. And once there's ones that everyone is agreeing upon, like the maple mocha, that's how we come up with the names. Or the honey pasta biscuits. Peppered molasses was another really good one that everyone was getting a nice peppery flavor on their palate, and the smoothness of the molasses. And so the names just come up because it's all things that people are discussing during that single barrel panel. And if you came in and told us that you tried barrel 44 and you loved it, we wouldn't know what that is. But if you come in and you tell us that you really love maple mocha, we know exactly what the flavor profile is that you really loved, and we can help you pick out another single barrel that's gonna be more geared towards that flavor profile. We've come up with some really cool names just because of that, like Animal Crackers Gone Rye, Honey Nut Oatmeal, and just a lot of really fun flavor profiles and names for everything that are gonna help people remember what it is that they've tried when they come to Neely Family.